Greetings friends, Jason here for AxodysFC. It is Wednesday evening. No mooses sighted so far today, but definitely keeping my eyes peeled. It usually happens this time of year that we get one of them for a visit, and sometimes they kind of hang around for a while, but not necessarily directly on our street. But hopefully it's moved on. There's plenty of green space that it could safely retreat to and head north on and get away from all the civilizations. Hopefully that's the case. So today, a few international games of note. Most significantly, the one that's already done, Wales versus Gibraltar. So Ben Davies and Joe Rodon, of course. And I didn't check the specific stats of who played well or etc. But I do know that they handily defeated Gibraltar 4-0, 4-0, and also interesting is it was played at Wrexham, which is the first time in about 4 years that they've been able to. That's one thing we know that the owners, Rob and Ryan, specifically did was upgrade the lighting recently so that they could host international matches again, and I think that's pretty significant for Northern Wales, for them to be able to have matches there with the national team. And it was sold out. It sounds like great atmosphere, so that's pretty cool that that's a possibility again. And yeah, an easy match like Gibraltar. Of course, they fared well. The other game going on right now is Argentina versus Paraguay, and I don't know much about it. The only legit streaming that I saw was on a service I hadn't heard of before, like a Spanish one called like VIX or VIX or something like that. And I think actually Jacob at United Spurs of America was going to do a watch along with that, but I didn't tune in to see what was up. But I think Messi might be somewhat injured, so there's some question of if he would even play or not. But presumably Romero is going to get a lot of action, so hopefully he stays out of harm's way as he has done so far this season. Other stuff coming up. There are several more games this week that I didn't even touch on yesterday, but Tottenham had a good webpage today that kind of summarized relevant matches and games that our players are involved in. Even some of the like U21 and 23. I'm not going to go through all those, but they are there on the website if you want to track some of those down. Let's see, the main ones. Thursday, Sweden plays Moldova, and Dane Scarlett's playing with the under 21s versus Serbia. Hopefully he'll get plenty of action since he hasn't been getting much in the way of game time with Ipswich. Mainly because they're doing so well. I think it's hard to break into a lineup that is doing quite well already. Let's see, and then Friday, let's see. Yeah, Richie versus Venezuela, Sonny versus Tunisia, and then Mickey versus France, Netherlands versus France, tough game. Will Mickey even make it in that game? I don't know. But I hope he gets that shot. And then Sunday, another big one for Wales versus Croatia, and that is definitely a Euro qualifier. I think the Gibraltar was a friendly. But Wales, Croatia, big deal. I'm not sure where they're playing that one. And then Monday, okay, so another big one for Sweden playing Belgium, and Senegal's playing Cameroon in France. It's a friendly. And then Netherlands versus Greece. So, yeah, pretty full in the next several days. Interestingly, Postecoglou had a press conference where they were asking him kind of about international stuff, and particularly with Australia coming to England on Friday, asking about that. And, it's interesting. He's kind of pessimistic about football in Australia because it has so much competition from Australian rules football, of course, and rugby. And those sports have such a stranglehold on the national consciousness that it's really hard for football or soccer to grow, or take up some of that fervor or whatever, that national consciousness. And yeah, he actually really seems to have moved on. He doesn't. Yeah, he left right before the 2018 World Cup where they had qualified, and he really seems to have closed the chapter of coaching Australia's national team, and having that kind of impact for Australia and soccer in Australia. So kind of a bummer, but I think he will still, even with what he's doing, clearly, at Spurs and otherwise, clearly have an impact on what people are thinking about there. And the one other kind of funny question they ended on, or one of the reporters threw out, was, well, if you wouldn't go back to Australia, would you consider coaching England? And yeah, needless to say, I mean, he pretty much dismissed that, and Southgate's still there, but he's leaving after the Euro, so we know they'll have to find someone. I'm sure he would consider the opportunity if it was offered, but hopefully somebody like Pep Guardiola would. I think that would be an amazing pick, actually, but probably, I don't know how likely that is, but I could see that being the kind of team the Pep would be willing to leave for. I mean, people have thrown out like Team USA for Pep, and in terms of I don't think that's likely. I don't think our talent pool is good enough, but England's is for sure. And would it be fun to see England play Pep style of football? Yes, it would. But yeah, probably not likely to happen. But and then people, of course, have also linked Ange to Man City if Pep ever leaves. Hopefully Daniel Levy's got him fully wrapped up. Not liable to let him out of his contract easily. And anyway, hopefully, he'll get an extension after a successful season this season. Anyway, random speculation. Hopefully nothing ever comes of any of that stuff. But anyway, it's starting to rain on me pretty good here. Don't have too much else to talk about today. Still no signs of moose, so that's good. So on that note, thanks for tuning in. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy these. And remember, to dare is to do.